Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel in Economist. So today we will be starting off with statistics and I'll give you a brief overview of what statistics is all about. So let's jump into it. What is statistics? In a very layman term, statistics is a discipline that caters to everything related to data, right? Statistics is a discipline that caters to everything related to data. Now, by data, we not only mean the numeric data, it can be qualitative data, it can be textual data, it can be any sorts of charts and graphs and everything. Data can be in any form. Now, usually we put statistics into two different senses. One is the plural sense. In plural sense, statistics simply means the numeric data. Everything related to numeric data will be in the plural sense of statistics. And what is singular sense? Singular sense will be the aggregate of scientific methods that deals with collection, presentation, analysis and the interpretation of data. So in the subsequent slides and in the subsequent chapters, we will understand how to collect the data, how to present that data, how to analyze that data, and how to most importantly interpret that data so that we can derive meaningful information from that data, right? So that is our aim of learning about statistics. Now let us move on to see some of the basic functions. Why do we need statistics? One of the major roles of statistics is to simplify complex data. Now when you collect the data, it will be in a raw format, right? Whenever you collect data, it will be in a raw format. Just by looking at the data, you cannot comprehend anything out of that. It will be very messy initially. So what you as a statistician have to do, you have to present the data in a structured way so that we can analyze it in a systematic manner and derive insightful conclusions from that, right? So as a statistician, your job is to turn the raw data into meaningful information. That is exactly what statisticians do. They simplify the complex data and derive meaningful insights from that data, right? This is one of the major functions. Now the second function would be to compare data. Suppose you have two firms. If you think about economics point of view, you are dealing with two firms and you want to compare their profitability. So you have to collect the data of two firms for some years, and then only you can compare the trends between profit in these two firms, right? So another task would be to compare the data. It could be profits, it could be production, it could be cost. So you can compare on the basis of the data that you have collected, right, from those two firms. So comparing or comparison is one of the major tasks that statistics do. The third job that statistics do is to test the hypothesis. Now it is completely a different thing, a different chapter that we will be learning in details in our later videos, right? So I'm not going into this right now, but we will be studying this. And the fourth most important task of statistics is the predictive analysis. So what is prediction? Suppose you are standing in 2024 and you know that the average temperature of the world right now is 30 degrees Celsius, just for an example, right? And you want to know that after say 50 years, what will be the average temperature of the world. So in 2074, what will be the average temperature? So that is what you need to know. So what do? You have to execute a predictive analysis. You have to predict what will be the value, right? So what you will do, you will see the decadal average temperature for the past years. Suppose in 1990, what was the average temperature? You will see in 2000 what will be the average temperature. Now you know the average temperature of 2024. So in this fashion, from the previous data that is available to you, you will try to predict what will be the average temperature of 2074, right? So these kind of predictive analysis is also carried out by statistics. So it is a very important tool nowadays. You need statistics for everything, not only for economics, but in every discipline there is some application of statistics, and it's very important to understand it in details, right? Okay. Now whenever we talk of statistics, we can't do it except data, right? Data is the most crucial thing that statistics uses. What is data? It is the raw information from which statistics is created. Now what do I mean by statistics is created? So many people think that statistics is only about mean, median, mode, right? We also think that statistics is just simply mean, median, mode calculation, but it's not that. It's much broader than that. So these measures, the mean, median and mode, these are also statistics. These are some of the measures that help us to derive some meaningful conclusion. And for calculating each of these measures, you need data. Using data, you can calculate the statistics. So whenever we have raw data, you can convert it into meaningful statistics so that we can derive meaningful insights from that, right? And here I have given what could be the types of data that I was saying, that it not only mean numbers, it could be any quantities, any information, any graphs, any measures, any observations, any facts, etc. So data covers everything, not only numbers, but every sort of data is useful in statistics. And finally, I'll go into some of the data types. This data types will be required for knowing how to collect the data. So I am giving you the overview of this. So what is primary data and what is secondary data? Primary data is the data that is collected directly from the field of observation for our desired purpose. Suppose you are the enumerator. You want to collect some data and you know this person has the information. So this person is informant and you are the enumerator, right? You want to collect some data from this person. Now if you directly go and collect the information from this person, then the originality of the data is preserved, right? There is no intermediary between you and this informant. So the biasness, the possibility of biasness of the data is completely eliminated and you will get the accurate data from this informant. So this sort of original data is called the primary data, which is collected directly from the source of inquiry, right? This is the important wording, that directly from the field of inquiry when you collect some data, that is the primary data. For example, data of the patients collected by a doctor. So you as a patient go to the doctor, then doctor will ask you multiple questions. What is your height? What is your weight? What sorts of illness do you suffer from? So the data that is collected by the doctor will be absolutely original in nature. It will be unique data that is regarding you, right? So the data about you will be original in nature, that is collected by the doctor, and that will be a primary data, right? That will be called primary data. Now what is secondary data? In secondary data, the data is already collected by some agency and are compiled from that source by the inquirer for his own use. Now for example, census data. Census data is already collected by some government department. And now if you as an individual researcher want to use the census data, you can do that. You can download the data from the site, but that will not be original in nature. You haven't gone to home by home and asked them how many members are there in your home, right? So you haven't collected that data, but still you are using that data collected by some other person or some other agency, right? So this data is not original to you, not fresh to you, but you are still using that data. Then this sort of data is called the secondary data, right? I hope this is understood. If you have any questions, do let me know in the comment section. Okay, so and now from the next video on, we will learn how to collect the data, and we will see what kind of data are this, like primary data or secondary data, right? So stay tuned for the next video, and hope you like this video. Thank you for your time.